Hey everybody, just want to do a quick long-term video review of my 2016 CX-9. When it first came out, I think I got it right when they had a model refresh, so this is the new look. If you look at the successor of this, which is CX-90, that I think came out a year or 2 years ago, I think maybe a year ago, it still retained a similar sort of design cue. It aged pretty well in my opinion. The smaller its smaller brother CX5 has the similar sort of styling cue, but I believe it started with this CX-9. Beautiful red paint, held up well. I got it, I think I paid for about $45,000 at the time, which is a really good deal in my opinion. That was brand new. It's got all the amenities, heated seat. It doesn't have a rear heated seat, unfortunately. I think some of the new ones, they all do have it now. Back seat, second row, it's got a lot of space. Even if you're 6 feet, I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'6", but we had a road trip. You know, people sit in the back, no problem. The middle seat is not very comfortable, to be honest. I think on a long road trip, I heard feedback that whoever sit in the middle, long trip, they don't feel very good. So this is not for long-term travel. But in a pinch, you can even put 2 more people in the back. I have the 3rd row seat down, but there are 2 more seats back here that you can sit 2 people. So this is designed for 7. This car has pretty much everything you need. Even comes with the heads-up display, which is back in 2016 for the price. It was pretty rare compared with its competitors like the Honda Pilot, things like that. So the roof rack, I bought it aftermarket, but it's very easy to install. You just buy it on Amazon, make sure it fits the model. I bought it for the road trip. I have a roof rack storage that we use. 2 years ago we did a long road trip to go camping, things like that. It was very useful to have those. The brakes that I bought with the original, it held up at least 6 years. We don't do a lot of long trip, but it held up really well. Never had a problem. No fading, nothing. It was really good quality. This car was built in Japan. I think the CX-90, its successor, is also built in Japan. So something to be said about the Japanese quality. Yeah, so if you're in the market for a used car, look for one of these. Definitely make sure you take a look at the CX-9. It's not very popular. A lot of people are looking at Pilots and Toyota brand, but definitely check out the CX-9. I really enjoyed this car. The driving dynamic, I know what they talk about, the zoom. It really drives like a sedan, even though this car is fairly big. I really enjoy driving this car. They tune it really well. So you have a little bit of a private storage, not very deep, and below here there's a storage for a spare tire. I think a lot of the newer generation car doesn't even give you a spare tire, so it's good to have a compartment that you can store a spare tire. Like I said, this 2 folds up, so you can have 3rd row seat. This is the space. Stay up. This is the amount of space that you have. In order to push it down, it's a mechanical, it's not electronic, which actually I prefer. The electronic ones are usually too slow. And this is the amount of space that you have once you have the third row seat up, which is not bad. It's big enough for a small luggage and definitely grocery bags and stuff like that. So about the mess. Yeah, center console is very straightforward. It's got this center control that allow you to control different parts of functionality. One of the complaints that I heard about CX-9, which I'm surprised that even with the CX-90, I think is still true to today. A lot of these controls not consistently touch sensitive. They give you these dial, which is actually pretty easy to use. I never had a problem with it, to be honest. Most of the stuff I can see is still touch sensitive, but some part of it, I can't remember which part, it is not touch sensitive. Now I can't find it. Overall, I don't have a problem. It's very easy to use when you're driving. I don't think you want to use finger when you're driving anyways, right? So you use the dial, which is very convenient. It's got an electronic brake here. This is different mode. You can put in different mode, sports. I really use that. It also has a ability to override the automatic. Don't know if you can see it here, but yeah, you can move it into manual mode, so you can control the downshift and the RPM. Very convenient. Yeah, it's very basic functional design in here. Instrument cluster, very simple, straightforward. I like the fact at least the CX-9, I can't remember if CX-90 they changed it. I really like the analog design. These are actual tactometers, like these are physical inside. These are not digital, which actually I prefer. Maybe I'm old school. It's got all the warning, backup, camera, things like that. The one thing, I don't know if they fixed it in 690. The yellow line doesn't turn with your steering wheel, which I thought is very bizarre that they did not include that. That should have been included in the backup camera. I have to look it up to see if they changed that in CX-90. But it's come with the Bose. This model came with the Bose sound system, which is really well. Sounds really good in this cabin. So it's got moonroof with tilt, so that's tilting. Yeah, like I said, this car basically has everything. It has a heated front seat. It doesn't have a rear seat heating. I know all the newer model nowadays, they have not only rear heated seat but also sometimes ventilated seat. This one doesn't have it. Never had a problem with that, at least where I live. We're in Seattle, so summertime does get warm, but never had a problem. Yeah, that's about it. The other thing is, yeah, it comes with the screen. This came with the car, so you can pull that thing down. You see the hook? Oh, actually pull it up. So you can put the screen up. Let me show you. Which is actually very convenient, right? If you have kids sleeping in the second row, you can pull this up. I think most of the SUV nowadays in this class has it. So yeah, it doesn't have some of the fancy electronic entertainment system like the newer model these days have, but I still think this is a great deal. If you're in the market for a used car, definitely check this CX-9 out. You can probably get this for a fairly low price in the low 20s or maybe even cheaper than that. So our dealer actually asked us if we're thinking about selling their looks like a lot of people are looking at this car. So yeah, highly recommend it. I'll keep this car probably for at least another 5 years. Even though I have like EV cars, I still like to have you know, ICE cars as backup. So yeah, overall I would say 4.5 star. The only reason I probably won't give it a 5 star is you know, I think the size could be a little bit bigger. Not a big deal. The gas economy is about, you know, it's not the greatest. It's 21, 22 miles per gallon average, which is all right. You can kind of see here. You know, I have a mixed driving of local street and highway, so you know, it's decent, but definitely not class leading. You can use regular gasoline. It doesn't require premium gas. That's the other thing. You can. I think my wife usually used the middle, but it definitely can take, you know, lower octane, which is fine. You just won't get the best performance out of it. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Highly recommend it. Check this car out if you're in the used car market. Cheers.